Hello guys, this is Ray Chen. So before I start the program, if you can like my video, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell icon and leave any comments. So today I'm going to talk about the 11 cold call mistakes. First, I'm going to start with the story. So this is a true story. So I have a staff. Her name's Aloha. She's assisting me to make cold calls, and I trained her from the very beginning. Without having much experience. So what I do is I give a quota. So basically, the quota is the goal is to make sure that I wanted to make sure to at least book one appointment a day. Okay, a single appointment a day. So when she first started working for me, she had some minor success here and there, but pretty soon the quota of making at least one appointment a day kind of became a heavy burden for her. I can feel the energy because every once in a while I talk with her to see how she's doing, with the work. And after a while, I can sense that there is some type of disconnect. I can sense that she wasn't, how sometimes you can feel the energy. By the way, we work remotely, so I don't, ever meet her with her in person. But I can feel that energy where she wasn't responsive. So because of that, I had a long talk with her, and I give her some pointers. So basically, with this position, I pay her a base salary, and with every appointment she book, I pay her a bonus. And because she's in the Philippines, so in the Philippines, if you're able to make $1,000 a month, that's a good income, right? And because I heard even the doctor make like $700, $800 a month. So I was telling her, but obviously $1,000 is not all from salary. So her income comes from the base income plus the bonus. Basically the appointment that she books. So when she first started, she wasn't booking that much appointments, and she was the only income she's getting is from the base salary. But obviously with the base salary, you're not gonna make a lot of money. So I was telling her, I was sharing with her, because she's married, she has a son, and I asked her what she wanted to achieve. So basically I said, hey Aloha, so would you, so you need to make this work for you. You need to be able to book the appointment. You need to be able to overcome your shortcomings, and you need to take this as a chance to make a legacy for your family. Because in the Philippines, I heard that you can buy a house for like $25,000. So I have another staff. Her name is Catherine. She has been working with me for a couple years now, and her income is also base salary plus bonuses. So I tell her to have two separate accounts. One account to deposit her base salary, and another account to deposit her bonuses. So she was able to save the bonuses, and she was able to buy a home just with the bonus. So obviously using the bonus as a down payment. So, but obviously Aloha hasn't been doing that because she hasn't been successful in booking appointments for the cold call, and so obviously she wouldn't be making the bonuses. So I was talking with Aloha. I said, hey, this is a chance for you to make a family legacy. This is a chance for you to make those bonuses so you can buy the home, so you can provide for your family. So I really, after talking with her, I really motivated her to become excited again about the job. because I can feel that she haven't enjoyed the result, the outcome, the success, because she wasn't able to book the appointments on a constant basis. So when you book the appointment, when you make a cold call, it's very much a numbers game. So every time when you get on the phone, your goal is to just get through however many calls that's needed to get to the person that's willing to talk to you. Once you get to that person, then you will book the appointment. But obviously not every person you get to talk to will want to book an appointment with you. Basically, still a numbers game. You just want to get to talk to the person that's willing to meet with you. So if you make it clear that all the numbers, all the calls you go through, to reach the person that wants to meet with you, then you would have this belief, because you gotta make a lot of phone calls. Like sometimes when I make the call, because we have a multi-phone number dialer, we have a 3 phone number dialer. This one time I was able to call 700 numbers in 3 hours, and almost every time I get on the phone, I'm able to book an appointment, because my goal is never get over the phone unless I booked an appointment. That's my goal. Okay, that's a quota I set for myself. So after I talk with Aloha, about the mistakes, some of the mistakes she was making, because the mistakes she was making before is she doesn't believe it. She doesn't believe in the appointment. She doesn't believe that she can book the appointment on every call. So every day when she get to work, she would make the calls, but she would quit before she get an appointment. So as the days add up, as the weeks and the months adds up, then she become frustrated, and the burden is starting to get to her, because she knows that I gave her a hard quota that you do need to make an appointment. So at this point, she only have 2 choices, right? She's got to quit, or she's got to overcome herself and start to book the appointment. So after I spoke to, had a heart-to-heart talk with Aloha, and she really took my advice, seriously, and she was able to get across that point, the tipping point. So she took my advice. She started to stay on the call until she never got off the call until she get the appointment. And then she started booking an appointment on a constant basis. And now I can feel that she's very strong and very confident. So a big reason that people do not book appointment is that you're not confident. The number one most important thing when you book the appointment is you have to be confident. You have to be 100% confident, because when you're confident, it comes through your the way you talk, your tone, your tonality, and your speech. It will comes through. Let me give you a example. Let's say if I start a phone call, if somebody pick up the phone, if I say, "Oh, hi, this is Ray Chen. Are you guys selling the home?" This is never gonna work. Okay, if you want to book the appointment, if you want to make the cold call work, you have to be 100% confident. So for example, then every time when I call people, I say, "Hey, is this Jack? So my name is Ray. The reason I'm calling is because I see that you were selling the home before. Are you still selling the home?" And the person say yes, and they say yes. We actually have 100 buyers that's looking to buy a home in your area right now. When is a good time I can take a look at your home? Right? It's the way I talk. It's 100% confident. I'm not assuming I'm bothering anybody. I'm just assuming that the person needed my service. Right? That's the mentality you need to have. You cannot have any other thought or mindset that you think that makes you not confident. So that's the number one mistake that most cold callers make, is that when they make the phone call, they're not confident, that they are not they're not 100% in the zone, right? That's the number one mistake. The number 2 mistake is that you do not believe that you can make the appointment, right? I talked about in the story about Aloha, right? First, you have to believe that today, when you get on the phone, you will not get off the phone unless you book the appointment, right? You have to believe that you can. But the belief has to be enforced by your action. What I mean by that is that most people when they make a cold call and that they fail at it because they quit before they book the appointment. If you quit before you book the appointment, if you do it once, your confidence and your belief will drop. And if you do it all the time, then you will just completely lose faith in this whole process. That is why it's so important. First, you have to believe that you can get the appointment today. And secondly, you have to enforce that belief by continually calling and never quit until you get the appointment before you get off the phone. Okay, that is very important. So number 2, you have to make sure the environment that you're making the appointment is a good environment. For example, anywhere from your surrounding, the best way to make the call is stand up. And also with your equipment, you have to make sure have a flow. The whole call has to flow. It cannot be, you hang up and call again, hang up and call again. It cannot be like that. You need to use the dialer, the multi phone number dialer. Just continue push the next number, continue to push the next number. The flow is very important. And the equipment, you want to have the good equipment, the good headset, the dialing platform, there's a whole bunch out there. So you have to make sure all this environment are perfect so that the whole cold call operation is smooth. There's no hiccup, right? There's nothing keeping you from keeping the flow from kept going forward. That's very important. That's the mistake that a lot of people make. They call, they gotta get off the phone, they go do something else. You cannot do that. Once you start it, do not stop. You have to let the flow keep going. Okay. Number 3. So number 3, like I said before, so do not get off the phone unless you make the appointment. Okay, that's very important. You have to make sure do not get off the phone unless you make the appointment for that day. Okay, so basically I said earlier, number 4 is similar to what I said before. Set a that goal. Set a affirmative goal. For example, book one appointment today. I do not get off the phone unless I book the appointment. Many people, they make the mistake of they don't know if they're gonna get an appointment today. They don't know if they whatever. They don't know what the outcome is gonna be. You have to have the outcome in your mind. Today, I'm not gonna get off the phone unless I make the appointment, unless I book the appointment, right? And the number 5 mistake people make is they're not calling enough numbers. The outcome is in the numbers. The cold call is a game of numbers. It's a numbers game. You will not book the appointment unless you go through enough numbers, right? So you need to go through however many phone numbers or phone calls it takes to get that appointment. And sometimes it may be 5 minutes. It may be one call. Sometimes it may be 5 hours, maybe 500 calls. It happens to me all the time. Sometimes, I get on the phone, I make one call, the appointment is booked. Sometimes I get on the phone, it takes me 5 hours. I've called 500 people and the appointment is booked. And of course, sometimes you will not get an appointment. But if you just stay on there, let's say if you called for 3 hours, like I did last time, if I called 3 hours, I called 700 phone numbers, and I still get the appointment. So it's purely a numbers game. If you really are committed to getting the appointment and not to get off the phone unless you get the appointment, then you will get an appointment for sure. Another mistakes that a lot of people make, people that make cold call that make is waste too much time. Just like I said, you want to make sure it flows. Like you want to keep dialing the number, make the robo dialer keep dialing the number. And if you get to somebody, if they don't have a home, if they're not starting the home, you need to get on the phone and you need to continue dialing. So you have to make sure that you do not waste any time. You have to make sure that the flow is there. It's very important, okay? Because remember, your goal is to get the appointment. Your goal is not to chat with anybody. Your goal is not to chit chat with anybody. Your goal is to get the appointment. And another mistake that a lot of people make is the intro is too long. So whenever somebody pick up the phone, you need to get out. You need to express yourself clearly, quickly. on whatever you are trying to achieve. Let's say a better example would be when somebody pick up the phone. Hello, who is this? You say, oh, hi, my name is Ray. Oh, the reason I'm calling is I'm thinking about, are you the homeowner? Are you this is no go. Okay, this is too much. This is because people nowadays they have very short attention. So you want to, whenever somebody pick up the phone, you want to express yourself quickly and clearly. Okay, a good example would be ring ring. Hey, is this Jack? Hey, my name is Ray. The reason I'm calling is because I see that you have a home for sale. Are you still selling the home? I actually have 100 buyers that's looking to buy the home right now. When can I take a look at your home? Okay, you need to broad it out. You need to make sure that they obviously you need to make sure they understand what you're saying, but you need to be clear and quick. Okay, if you are too slow, then they're just gonna hang up on you. And you need to, so you gotta be fast, and you need to catch their attention. In the beginning, right? Number 8, you do not know. Another mistake that people make is actually not number 8. I have so many reasons I already forgot which number is it. So another big reason that people do not book the appointment is they don't have a clear goal in their mind. So remember, in this case, when I'm cold calling or when my staff is cold calling, we're calling to meet to go look at the home. Actually, our real goal is to meet with the homeowner, and obviously to go to the home to meet with the homeowner. So that's our goal. So when you calling, you need to know what the goal is. Is the goal to meet with the homeowner? Is the goal to go look at the home, or is the goal to have somebody talk to the homeowner on the phone? You need to have 100% clear intention, knowing that what's the goal, what are you trying to get the person on the other side of the phone line to do. Okay. Another big mistake is when you talk to the homeowners, you do not give them a reason, and you do not give them a benefit. So, because a lot of times you'll be like, you will say, oh, when can I take a look at your home? The homeowner will be like, why do you need to take a look at my home? I don't want to meet with you, right? The reason they say that is because you don't give them a reason, and you don't give them a benefit, right? So if they say that, you can say, oh, the reason we want to take a look at the home is because after we take a look at the home, then we can give you accurate assessment of your home. Or when we take a look at the home, then I can share with you how much more money I can get for your home, right? So you must have a reason, must have a benefit. And another big mistake most people that's cold call make is that they take no for answer, because 90% or 95% or 99% of the time when you talk, even if you get to talk to somebody, everything you say, the response will be no. If you just take no for an answer, then you will never book the phone call. Then you will never book the appointment. So you cannot take no as an answer. Okay, doesn't matter if people say no. You have to keep talking. As long as the person do not get on the phone, you want to keep talking. You want to keep give them a reason to meet with you. Give them a reason. Show them the benefit to meet with you, right? You cannot take no for an answer. For example, so sometimes I train the new recruit that's helping me to make a cold call. For example, when they say, oh, when can we take a look at the home? I said, why do you need to take a look at my home? You just email me the offer. They say, okay, what's your email? Then that's no go, right? Because if you get their email, then you didn't achieve your goal, right? Your goal is to meet with them, to see the home, right? So in that case, you would say, oh, actually, before we can send you an offer, we actually need to take a look at the home first. That way we can, then we can let you know, what's the price we can offer you, right? So you need to give a reason, and you cannot take no for an answer. So for example, in that case, they say, oh, just email me, you wouldn't want to meet. Then you gotta keep going. You gotta give them a reason so that they understand they need to meet with you, right? And the last point which I shared earlier in the story with Aloha is that you need to connect with what you're doing to the bigger goal, right? So when you book the appointment, obviously then you'll get the business, right? This is this cold call is like with no exaggeration, it's like the modern day gold mining. In the old days, people they travel thousands of miles, they come to California to mine the gold, right? But cold call is the equivalent of gold mining in my mind, because although you have to put in the hard work, you have to make calls to thousands of numbers, but as long as you book the appointment, you get the contract signed, you make the money, right? So you need to connect with the cold call with the higher goals. For example, what I mean is provide for your family, feed your kid, right? We have so many salesperson, we have so many realtors out there that are broke, that cannot even support their family, right? That cannot even afford a mortgage, that cannot even put the food on the table. Why? Because you're not doing what it needs to be done to make that money, or you do not know what's the correct way to get it done to make that money, right? But if now I already explained to you all the mistakes that you can make in the cold call, and I already explained to you what you need to do to be successful in cold call, then if you follow this, what I talked about today, you're gonna make a lot of money, right? Each phone call, is a lot of money. So anyway, this is Ray Chen. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you learned something new today. I hope I really believe that if you implement what I talked about today, what I shared about today about cold call, you will make a lot of money. There's no doubt in my mind, because I have done it. I have been through it. I did all this, and all I'm talking to you is not just talk. It's something that I personally experienced. I have been through the whole process. So again, thank you for watching my video. Click like this video. Click to like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Click on the bell icon so that when I have new video come up, you'll see it. And you leave any comment if you have any questions. Okay. Until next time, this is Ray Chen.